I remember very well about 2010 because it was a big year in our country, South Africa. I was with this boyfriend of mine that was selling drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's a Nigerian guy. He's a Igbo.
Wow.
Yeah. Nigerians, like the ones that they are smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
Once you started to show them that now you're getting wiser, they move you out of the equation. Sometimes they put you in prison. They set you up.
Okay.
And then they are very connected. And I used to tell this guy, I say, you might come from another country, but you are still have like the same color with me. Why you are so cruel? If it's your sister who's going through this pain. And then he will tell me that you are very stupid. I know I cried. And I will cry until I will get another fix. Because why those words stick in my mind. Like when I say that they stick, like even today, I still remember some certain words. In Nigeria, they say that they see you finish.
So you have been pimped by Nigerians.
And then I've been
and
saved.
And then you were delivered by Nigerians.
Telling you.
Oh, wow. Thank you for watching The Yellow Mic. My name is Kongs Shamaki. I'd like to invite you to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Also like this video and share to your friends and let me know what you think in the comment section. Nopinki Mafusini.
Yes.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have a very amazing story. I mean, from your book, Buttercup.
Thank you.
Why did you name the book Buttercup?
The name Buttercup, it was during the time that I was having a stroke. Yes. So I relearned everything. Everything. My memory was wiped out.
Wow.
Yeah. So I couldn't remember my name. I couldn't remember the name of the people that I knew before. So the time that I went to the physio, that is a word that my physio was teaching me how to speak over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's Buttercup. It plays with your tongue. Yeah.
Oh, that's an amazing title.
Yeah.
Yes. Walk me through your story.
I grew up in the family that was so dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a family that was together but dysfunctional or
exactly.
separated?
I'm coming there.
Okay.
Yeah. But the dysfunctional, I couldn't see it.
Oh, I see.
Because why? The love was there. So we could eat whatever that was in front of us and enjoy as if it's Christmas.
Okay.
You understand? So I was in the age of 13 years. 13 years old. That's when I started to see that, man, I am not the same with another kids. Like my family. So like when I say that, like I don't have the privilege other kids that they have. You understand?
Yeah.
And even when I'm going to school, some other kids, they make fun of me because I always not have like the full uniform. And the school fees is behind.
Yeah.
So the teachers is teasing me. The principals, they get tired of like going to my home and asking my mother what is happening. So that affected me so much, but it didn't stop me to go ahead
Right.
with my education.
Right.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you start encountering things like drugs?
So I started to be rebellious.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that I started to be rebellious during the time that I was raped. And
How old were you?
I was 16 years old.
16.
Yeah.
Was it in Cape Town?
It was in Cape Town.
Okay.
That break me in two pieces. And the fact that my parent, like my grandmother, because at that time I was staying with my grandmother, she couldn't believe me that this happened to me. And
Wow.
and then even my cousin that is in the same age, she couldn't believe me. And I think for me, it was like my voice doesn't matter.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started to seek for attention to the wrong places. I started to abuse alcohol. Alcohol was not doing nothing. And then I go to marijuana.
And this is just so that you can get over.
I was numbing the pain.
Okay.
I was numbing the pain of what I'm going through. Because I can't voice it to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then from there, I started to use drugs, like substance. I started with crystal meth.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I was using crystal meth, I was with this boyfriend of mine that was selling drugs. He's a Nigerian guy. He's a Igbo.
Wow.
Yeah. So he promised me all the things in the world, and I was thinking that is a genuine love.
Was he the first person that introduced crystal meth to you? Or?
No. So, I was using crystal meth already.
Oh, okay.
It was a drug that I was using.
Yeah.
But he was supporting it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because right now it kind of like helping his business.
Yeah.
You understand? So growing up, I was having this dream of becoming a model. So so I was a pretty lady.
You are still pretty.
Oh gosh.
Is that dream dead?
No,
Okay.
no. Now I'm doing it in the right way.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
From there, the guy see this pretty lady, and then he say, "Wow, I get my target." Yeah. So I was a victim
Yeah.
of this guy, and me in this side, I was thinking that this is a genuine love. I
Yeah.
found the love of my life.
Was he very caring? What drew you to him? What attracted you to him?
I will say, to put it in the short words, the guy groomed me very well.
Groomed you.
Groomed me very well. So when I say groomed, is that he knew what he wants from me, and whereas me on this side, I didn't know
Yeah.
what his goal towards me. So he pampered me. He treated me like a princess at first.
Wow.
And for so long, like when I say groomed, like he groomed me maybe for a year.
For a year.
For a year,
Okay.
yeah.
And at this point, he had not let his intentions out of the
No,
cart yet.
no. So you can understand, like
Yes.
a young lady
Yes.
now he's coming to to this kind of life that he's dreaming about, because that is what I dreamt about. So in another way, I would say that because now I'm a child of God, I say God, Satan sometimes tempt you with the things that you want. You understand?
He always tempts you with the things that
Exactly, exactly. So that's what happened to me,
Yeah.
because why I was so vulnerable. So the guy take the opportunity of my vulnerability. Yeah. So from there, I fell for a trap, and then, man, it was a chaos. I was in the dungeon.
Wow.
I was in the dungeon because right now the guy started to introduce me to many substances.
So he was always supplying.
Yes.
So did he require anything from you before supplying, or he was just giving it to you?
So he studied me, and then I was so open to him. So I was an open book. Yeah. I was so transparent to him.
Yeah.
So anything that he want, I was the one that would alter it out of with my mouth.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a easy job for him to know the things that I like
Yeah.
and then the things that I don't like. I remember he always tell me the things that I want, and I know that he get it from me. You understand?
Yes.
But other things, he do it because why he's a man. He knows what the woman wants. You understand?
Yeah.
It's a nature of the man.
Yes.
So that thing that you look beautiful, your body is sexy.
Yeah. So he was playing words.
You understand? So he was playing mind games, and I fell for it. Yeah.
So at what point did he start pushing you to do what he wants? You know what I mean?
It was a World Cup in South Africa,
That was 2010.
2010.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's when I saw myself like going to the street, and he bought me some new clothes. He changed my wardrobe to be a new version of what he wants me to be.
You had new looks.
Exactly. So from there, without me asking, because I was trusting this person so much.
Yes.
So without me asking, like, why those kind of clothes?
What kind of clothes were they? Were they
It was like those kind of short clothes.
okay, skimpy?
Yeah. Short gowns,
Yeah.
short knickers, and revealing boobs, all those kind of things. Sometimes he bought me the makeup, and then he came to me like as if he's bringing the proposal. You understand?
Yeah.
He said to me, you know what, Nopinki, I like you, I love you so much. But at this time, I am so desperate for money. So now this boyfriend, like this guy, now he was my boyfriend in my mind. And then it get me worried that my boyfriend is stranded. And then I ask him, what can I do for you?
Wow.
What can I do for you? What can I help?
So he was pushing you to ask him
Exactly,
what he wants. Yeah.
exactly. So that's when the problem started. So he said to me, at first he was playing mind games. He said that no, don't worry, we will figure something out. And then I say, okay, no problem. And then the following day, I will just make a example. The following day, he came back to me. He said, you see those people that they are coming here in my flat. Now I want to open up to you. Those are my clients. And the only thing that I'm asking from you as my girlfriend, I don't want you to do anything with them, but I want you to seduce them. Yeah. That was the first trick that he used.
And these were guys, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, of course, the guys, they see me and they lust over me. And then even the way that I'm dressing, of course, is tempting. So, and then from there, he said that, okay, you know what you're going to do? Please, can you do me this favor? Just make them to bring the money, to bring the money out of their pockets, just for you to be in their presence. And I will be giving you the drugs, and then you will be selling the drugs to them. So I'm wearing that kind of outfit, and then I'm selling the drugs, his drugs, in our flat.
So when you were selling this drug, was it easy transaction? Was it always easy?
No.
Okay.
I put my life in danger. I put my life in danger only for him, knowing that, this is my boyfriend. Whatever that is happening, let it happen to both of us. You understand?
Yeah.
But no legal that I know, it was just a scam. And so to answer your question, it was an easy transition. No, it was not easy, because sometimes the police, they will come and raid the flats.
Yeah.
And then I'm the one who's selling the drugs, and then they will beat me up.
Have they ever arrested you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was arrested before, but the guy who always bailed me out.
Your boyfriend?
Yes. At that time.
At that time, yes.
Yeah,
of
at that
course.
time.
Not now.
No.
At that time, yeah.
No. Even that time, he was not my boyfriend.
Not yet.
No, even that time, he was not my boyfriend. He was not my boyfriend, but me, in my psychologically, I was thinking that he's
he
my
was your
boyfriend.
Okay,
You understand?
But he doesn't see you as his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Okay.
You understand?
You were just something to use.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm thinking is the business of drugs.
Yeah.
He could as well sell it himself.
Yeah.
What else did he require you to do that you had to be the person to do it? You know what I mean? Why would it require him giving a lady drugs to sell? Was it because he didn't want to be arrested, or there were other things he wanted you to do? Like I hear you saying, he said you should go get the money.
Yeah.
Right? If you gave them drugs and they gave you money, it sounds like a exchange.
Yeah.
But what was that extra thing that he wanted you to do?
I think, although that I've never asked him, like what was the reason, but I assume that because I'm a South African, and he's a Nigerian.
Okay. So
you understand? It will be easier for me to go to the police station and not be beaten, because I'm a lady as well. Like that kind of beating, like the way that they beat the men, they won't beat me in that harsh way, but they will punish me. And then, of course, I'm a South African, so it's a easy, and I'm a young lady as well. Yeah. So I think that was a reason
Yeah.
for him.
Okay. I'm not sure, but somewhere in your story,
Yeah.
I think I stumbled on something like he wanted you to steal stuff too.
Yeah. He sent me to the street, and he always have a story to tell me. The story that I can buy with my mind and make it happen for him. So if it's not working in this particular way,
Yeah.
and then he will come with another idea that, okay, Nopinki, I think the best way is that, you know what, the lady of my brother, she did this and this and this and this, and then she catch up like a lot of money. So yes, and then of course I want to make him happy, and then he would tell me, okay, what to do.
Yeah.
So I was not myself. I was controlled by him. I remember sometimes if I go like maybe 5 hours, it will be a problem. Or maybe if I'm talking with particular person,
Yeah.
it will be a problem. So he always monitor me.
Okay.
And then he always have like we always talk over the phone. So he always tell me that go and rush that car. That car is looking like is a big man that is driving that car. Don't waste your time with this person. So I was controlled by that kind of life.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything. To be honest, I didn't see anything wrong.
Why though? Why didn't you see anything wrong?
That's a good question, eh? I think in the back of my mind, there was something that was telling me that this is not right. Most especially when I feel pain.
Yeah.
But because of the guy, he already groomed me.
Yes.
And now he get control over my life. Of course, I can free myself, but I think it didn't ring the bell at that particular time. That your life is in danger. Yeah. Yeah.
So, these guys that you were dealing drugs with,
Yeah.
selling drugs to,
Yeah.
have they ever demanded something more than drugs from you, as a lady?
Of course, they get familiar with
Okay.
me doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and then now they want more than that. Yeah.
Wow. And these are South African men or mixed?
Mixed.
Okay.
Like Germany, Brazil.
Oh, wow.
I was not dealing with a South African.
Yes.
I was dealing with a people
International.
international. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this guy that was pushing you had connections with them?
Yes, I can say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned how you became more like bound to drugs,
Yeah.
such that you would do what your boyfriend wanted for you
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
And I think if I remember correctly, you being in a house where you were abused.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you share a little of that story?
Okay. So the guy now started to insult me,
Okay.
assault me.
Assault.
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now I was starting to be rebellious. I
Okay.
started to to see this thing that I'm doing is not right, because it's killing me slowly. And every time that I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I cried. And that's when my mind started to register, more especially when I'm not in the I'm not under the influence of drugs. So what kept me in this guy? Let me tell you, what kept me in this guy bondage is that I was numbing the pain. Remember?
Yes.
Of what happened to me
you when you were 16.
You understand?
Yeah.
And now the life that I was living, I was thinking that is normal. Because what I know is a pain.
Yeah.
My mind started to tell me, no, this is not a way of living. Because sometimes I do things without me saying yes, but it's a drug that is taking over. And then I regret it afterwards. Like something like, maybe, let me just be specific, robbing like maybe an old person,
Okay.
and then I get the items, and then I give it to this guy.
So he required you to rob too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Not to rob, but to take people's items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then I regretted the following day. Man, I was not supposed to do that. What if it can be my father? And what if that person is the last item and is coming? Because the people that I'm dealing with is the people that they are coming from other countries.
Yeah.
They're doing their work, but they just want to have fun. I don't say that what they do as well, it was right. But for me now as a girl, what I'm doing is not right. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and my body was perishing. And what is remaining is the scars inside of me. So I started to be aggressive every time, and I want more drugs to numb the pain, so then I can function for the following day. So I was so depending in that drug.
Yeah.
And this guy, he knew that. I was in this cage, that I was not controlling my life. And then I started to see, man, there's nothing that I'm benefiting to this person. The only person that the only thing that I see is him benefiting, because he's driving all those cars. He's paying his rent. He's going to the club, spending money, the money that I provide.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, to the best of your knowledge, was he doing the drugs as well? Was he taking it?
If he was doing the drugs, he makes sure that he's not gonna do it in front of me, because he was keeping his dignity.
Wow.
Yeah. Remember, he want to be a man ruling over me.
Yeah.
So if I see him doing the same thing, so it's gonna be a chaos.
Do you think there were other women as well in his life that he was doing that same
Yeah.
thing to?
Yeah.
And you met them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I met a lot of ladies. Some of them, they died.
Died.
Yeah. Some of them, they disappeared. And when I say some of them, they disappeared, they enter to the car, and then the following day, you hear the story that Nikita is no longer. What happened? He just entered to this car, and then we saw her body in the bush. He was murdered.
Wow.
And that traumatized me. So there was a time that I give up. I say, you know what? I'm the next. What is the use for me to live? When it can happen to somebody that I do the same thing with her, so who am I then?
Yeah.
So I started to have fear. Of course, I didn't know any other option but to continue to what I'm doing.
So those girls that disappeared,
Yeah.
do you think it was as a result of rebellion? Maybe they didn't follow certain rules, or they did something that triggered the anger of either him or any other person to take their lives or something?
Nigerians, like the ones that they are smuggling drugs,
Yeah.
once you started to show them that now you're getting wiser, they move you out of the equation. And when I say they move you out of the equation, sometimes they put you in prison.
What kind of prison? Like the state prison?
Yeah, they set you up,
Okay.
and then they are very connected.
Even with the government?
I don't know in the level of government,
Yeah.
but I know that they are very connected. Why I'm saying this? So there was this time that the client locked me in the flat
Okay.
because of another girl that I was with. We're in the business. And then this girl take the item of this guy. And this guy was coming from, I don't know which country that he was coming from. Man, they almost kill me. They almost kill me. They almost hang me in the roof. And mind you, we are in last floor in the hotel. So everyone is minding their own business. So I managed to tell them the story that, I know where can I find the girl. So I call the guy, my pimp. I say, guy, this is what happened. This and this and this and this and this. I'm telling you, 5 minutes, the police, they were looking for me. The police, they were looking for me to rescue me.
Wow.
So when I say that they have connection, I am not lying. Even the lawyers, they connect with them. Yeah.
That's explosive.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you left this guy,
Yeah.
you ran away.
Yeah.
How did you even run away?
I didn't take anything. I just leave him.
You just left.
Yeah, I just left him.
He had no idea you were leaving.
No.
Did you travel to another city
Around the area.
around the area?
Yeah.
So, but were you under the cover? Were you coming out, or were you just hiding somewhere?
So because now I know what kind of guy that he is. So of course I'm not gonna deal with a small boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with a bigger boy.
Big boy, yeah.
A person that is gonna tell him, yay, back off. Or without any words, like he will see, okay, this girl has run maybe to this person, and then because they know they are settled. Yeah, they are settled. Yeah.
Wow. So when you left him,
Yeah.
you made mention of you left him, but you fell into the hands of people who were having similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell me how you met others?
I remember like this one that I ran to, he was having like a lot of girls. So I was not like maybe a one girl. So it was that kind of like competition. and my body was just tired. So this guy that I was with sold me to another province.
He sold you.
Sold me.
This is a different guy now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this new guy? Is he a Nigerian too? Or?
My guy, I'm telling you that I was dealing with Nigerians. I'm
Wow.
telling you, my circle was Nigerians.
Wow.
Yeah. So, he sold me to this other guy. The guy, it turns out that I know the guy, I know the girl. So they settled to another province. I remember in this guy's house, man, there was no peace on my side. Like I was becoming a slave. And when I asked this guy, what did I do wrong that you hate me this much? What is my sin? And then the guy opened up. He said that, you know what, the money that I bought you, the money that I spent for you to come here, so it was an exchange.
Yeah.
And that breaks me in pieces. And then I remember very well, I say, how much is it? And the guy refuses to tell me the amount. Guy, I know. That breaks my heart, eh? So for me, it was a nightmare. And now knowing that this is a game. Yes, at first, I was thinking that this is a game. But now I started to realize I'm in the game. But now my life is involved.
Yeah.
You understand? And many, many, many girls, they died. When I say they died like flies. They lose their mind because they can't bear it.
So this new guy, was he beating you too?
No, I stand up for myself.
Okay.
That's when I saw that, you know what, even me, I can't take any bull. It was enough. Like I was fed up.
Yeah.
No, I stand to the guy. I beat him back.
Wow.
We fought, and then I say, you know what? I don't care where I'm gonna end up, but I'm not gonna stay in your house, and there will be no one who's gonna try to control my life like the way that I was controlled before.
Yeah.
That's when I make the statement, and not knowing that it was just like a statement, but it was powerful.
Wow.
Gambling with this life of mine in Northwest, I don't know anyone. The person that I was coming to stay with, I'm not welcome anymore. So now I have to find myself. From there, I managed to fast forward the story. I managed to come back to South Africa. How did I manage to come back to South Africa? So there was this client of mine, a guy was working for government. He likes me so much. And from there, he bought the ticket. He said, ever since that you always cried. But I love your company very well. But ever since that you always cried that you want to go back to South Africa. Let me make your dreams
What
come
country
true.
were you now at that point?
In Northwest. I'm still in Northwest.
Northwest is another country?
No, not province.
Province?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Zulu Natal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how I managed to come back.
Hmm.
And then I make a phone call,
Yeah.
and somebody came, another Nigerian came to the bus station. Guy, I'm telling you that Nigerians, they were just following me.
Wow.
So this Nigerian guy, I knew him from this flat, the first guy, from this first guy that I was staying with. So I took his number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I contacted him, and then he managed to come and pick me from the bus station, and then from there he took me to his flat, and then that's where, in Belleville now.
Belleville.
Belleville.
Hmm. So many memories of Belleville for
I'm
me.
telling you, I'm telling you,
Hmm.
bad and the good ones. So I found out the guy was not truthful. Remember now, I've told you that, I'm standing out. I'm standing
Up for yourself.
up. Yes, up for myself. I'm not taking anything from any guy.
Hmm.
So now, and then this guy was not truthful. And then I asked him, but you told me this story, and now this is what I found. So which one must I follow? And then the guy was trying to be like a guy to me, not knowing that they mold me.
Yeah.
And then I stand up,
Okay. What kind of work were you doing to raise money?
going to the street,
Going to the street. Okay.
doing the same things that I was taught by this guy, my first guy.
Hmm.
So I was using the same tactics. Now I'm like, I don't have a boss. I am a boss of my own.
Hmm.
And I do what I want to do.
So, when you were in Northwest,
Yes.
what was life like? Because I figure if life was okay for you in Northwest,
Yes.
you would have wanted to stay back in Northwest. So, what made you leave Northwest?
Cons, remember, I've been telling you that at this life, I started to realize that it's not a life that a human being, a normal human being, can live.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And doing it. Most especially when I am in my sober mind.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why most of the time I just want to drug myself.
Hmm.
So there's no drug that I've never tasted.
None.
Like few of them that I've never tasted.
Hmm.
It was so bad.
Hmm.
Like so this guy that I was staying with started to abuse me verbally.
Okay.
Yeah, verbally.
Using
And
words.
yes, using words.
Hmm.
And he's not a first guy. And those words, they stick more than the assault.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
What kind of words?
Like, can't you see your life?
Mm-hmm.
You are nothing. So when you look at yourself in the mirror,
Derogatory.
you understand,
words, yeah.
they hit you in the core that, man, really, I'm nothing. I'm nobody. And I will never be somebody.
Hmm.
And like useless thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Dumb person.
Hmm.
And then when I ask, you don't, like, maybe when I'm in tears and then I ask, Like, don't you have a sister that you can think of when maybe these kind of things are happening to your sister? What can you feel? And then they will tell you, do you think that my sister will do these stupid things?
Wow.
So you see those kind of words like, my goodness. So every time that you look at yourself in the mirror, like you are like, yo, I'm nothing, like useless thing. I'm a dumb person. Sometimes they will say something with their language and then they will laugh. And that makes it more like you want to know, I wonder what they are talking about.
Yeah.
I know I cried. And I will cry until I will get another fix.
So question. These guys,
Yeah.
have they ever forced you into prostitution?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Whatever that he tell me, I do it. Whatever time that he will tell me, okay, now come back at this time. Come back with this so amount, this kind of amount. That is what I'm gonna do. If I get a slap, like maybe a client slapped me because I don't want to obey, it doesn't concern him. All he want his money. There was a time the client will come to me and tell me that I have 50 rand for business.
50 rand.
I'm telling you. In Nigeria, they say that they see you finish.
Yeah, see finish.
You understand?
Yeah.
They already scale you. Yeah, they already scale you. That you are worth that price. For the whole day, he won 2,000. So ask me, how many times do I have to raise that 2,000 with that kind of what I'm going through?
Yeah.
You understand? It was horrible. It was horrible.
So if you needed to raise 2,000 rands a
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
and you're having clients that are offering 50 rands
Yeah.
a day,
Yeah.
you must come back home with that 2,000 rands.
Or else it will be a matter of like argument
Okay.
or fighting. Remember, now this guy doesn't show me any mercy, because why? He wants the profit of the money that
He paid to buy you.
Right.
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 So how many men on average do you think you had to sleep with at that point, just to be able to raise his money?
If like maybe like the business, it's 50 rand, and then the amount that the pimp, this guy, he will give it to me, like, I want you to come with this money, 2,000 rand, so then I can open my doors and then you can get another fix, and then you can enjoy yourself, you can get a meal, is 2,000 rand, of which it's equivalent to sleep with 40 men.
In a day?
Of course.
Okay. I'm confused. 40 men a day.
Yeah.
How do you meet these men? Where are you going to meet them?
You go to the extent, you go in the clubs, you
Wow.
go in the street, you go where you see that you can make it happen. It doesn't concern him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, you mentioned meeting Anne and Alex.
Yeah.
Abog. How did you meet them, and what was the journey with them?
And Anabok and Alex and Mariette, they were coming from Media Village.
Okay.
Yes. They are missionaries. Yeah. I used to make fun of them. And used to tell them that, you know what, they are just wasting my time. And it was not, yes, it was me speaking, but it was an enemy doesn't want me to succeed or to break loose. But in this particular day, I remember very well, it was on Friday. Because they normally come on Friday. I told him, you know what, if you don't allow me to go and hear what those people they are talking about, because every time that I'm passing through them, they will tell me, do you know how beautiful you are? So those words, now they're starting to stick inside of me.
And
you
to
see,
replace.
you understand
those-
the
Yeah.
words that they were, the curse words.
Yes.
So now I'm starting to shift my mind and replacing the right words. But why don't I allow those people to just talk to me?
Yeah.
So, man, it was a journey. It was a journey, and I'm telling you, it was for me only. When you know what, Cons, when they say in the Bible, God left the rest, the sheep, the 99 behind.
To go and find the one.
One.
Yes.
I was that one sheep.
Wow.
I was that one sheep. I went running to them, and men, they opened their arms and they embraced me. And then I started to cry. They just pray over me. My pimp was coming, running towards them. That's how they get to know my pimp. Okay, is this guy that is putting this girl under his belt or under his bondage, under this bondage that she is. And then they started to speak to Tony. And all the glory to God, because why Tony is a Nigerian, is a Nigerian guy, and then and Alex, they are from Nigeria.
Wow. So you have been pimped by Nigerians,
And then I've been
and
saved.
then you were delivered by Nigerians.
Telling you.
Oh, wow. So tell me,
Yeah.
why did you make the decision to come to Nigeria?
Yo. I don't want to spiritualize things.
Yeah.
You understand? But
Okay.
it was a burning desire.
What did you want to come and see in Nigeria? You wanted to come.
Because why? What I know, Cons, that even though that there's a lot of Nigerians that they are doing bad things in South Africa, there might be a good Nigerians, because now I encounter other Nigerians. I didn't trust them at the beginning.
Yeah.
They will tell you, I didn't trust them. I asked them, what do you want? Even for Mariette, because I know they kind of like connections that they have. they can use even a white woman because they've been using white woman.
Wow.
Yeah. Nigerians, they are so connected
So
in their business.
They pimp white women too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. 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 To be honest, I started to have God started to give me that desire that I must go to Nigeria. But I didn't know how. And I pray about it. And it didn't happen like immediately. It took many years for me to come to this country.
So now that you're here in Nigeria, you've
Yes.
been here for some time.
Yeah.
What would you say about Nigeria? Is it as bad as you thought it was?
No, it's not. It's not so bad. It's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Not at all. Because I've never encountered any crime or anything that it makes me scary. The only thing that I just like I'm coming across people that they're loving and embracing.
What would you say you love most about this country?
You know what? One thing about Nigerians, yes, they are living in the country that the government is not there for them.
Yeah.
But one thing about them, the Nigerian people, they try to strive for themselves.
Yeah.
Why? Like how? Like what do I mean by saying that they are hardworking? I don't say that other countries. I don't say that my country there's no hardworking people, but in this situation now that I'm seeing,
Yeah.
that the government is like they are on their own. Nigerians, they are on their own.
Yeah.
At least in my country, I can go to the hospital for
For
free.
free. Yeah.
The government can give me a grant, a stipend. Whereas Nigerians, they don't have such. The education is not for free. So they are on their own,
Yeah.
but they strive. Yeah.
Do you think this abandonment by government has a hand in how Nigerians behave, even outside Nigeria?
That is not an excuse
Okay.
to do bad things. But I think if the government at least was trying
Yeah.
for the country, I think the crime will be reducing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you advise some like South Africans to come to Nigeria?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What can you say to that Nigerian who thinks that they want to just leave Nigeria and go to South Africa and start a life? Because the misconception sometimes is that there's a greener pasture out there.
Yeah.
And I figure a lot of them go ignorantly to think, okay, maybe when I arrive in South Africa, the lines are going to fall for me in pleasant places.
Yes,
I'm going to make a lot of money. Some of them that I have interfaced with had no idea. Like I'm talking about some people who ended up being pimps and pushing drugs and all of that. They had no idea that this was what was waiting for them in South Africa. Because some of them were also trafficked to South Africa by some other Nigerians.
Yes. I am begging you that you must make your research very well. And ask the questions. Don't just agree in everything. Whatever document that is, they are telling you that, okay, this document will take you where you want to be, to where you want to be. Ask them the question, challenge them, and go and ask people that they've been traveling.
Yeah.
And don't rush the process. Human trafficking, even like a person that was closer to you can traffic you. Even your mother, even your father can traffic you. There's people that they are brothers, they traffic them.
Do you think Nigerians can make it here now that you're here?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. There's a lot of opportunities here in Nigeria. Most especially for the citizens. There's a lot of opportunities. I wish even me, I can tend to be a citizen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have been in South Africa
Yes.
a couple of times.
Yeah.
I went to school there 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was in Cape Town. And it was when I was in South Africa that I understood why xenophobia happens sometimes. And I'm not excusing xenophobia.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of Nigerians back home do
they
not
do.
really fully understand the context.
Yes.
Sometimes we look at it from the point of, it's jealousy.
Attacking.
Yes, but I saw good Nigerians
Yeah.
because I was also hosted by Nigerians in South Africa.
Right.
But also I saw Nigerians who were doing unpleasant things
Right.
to the women,
Yeah.
pushing drugs.
Yeah. Like my story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was involved in shooting some documentaries in the townships.
Yeah.
And that was when I realized that, okay, there are so many Nigerians who have destroyed the name of Nigeria.
That is another thing that make me to have the desire. I say, you know what? In the bag of potatoes, there might be like the rotten ones, but the rest of the potatoes, you can make a meal out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here you are, a South African.
Yeah.
I am a Nigerian, and we are in Nigeria.
Yes.
Talking about these things.
Yeah.
I never imagined that this can happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
often the times Nigerians and South Africans have this rivalry.
Yeah, they're always fighting.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's difficult for us to get into each other's
Right.
countries.
Right.
The visas are very tough.
Yes.
Both ways.
Yes. Yes.
It's expensive for you to come here.
Yeah.
It's very tough for me to go over there.
Right. Right.
And it's even in football. A lot of times we have a lot of envy and rivalry for one another.
Yeah.
But I think like stories like yours
Yes.
can begin to right the wrongs.
Yeah.
Where we are able to look at each other in the eye and say, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And from your story, I know you reconnected to your last pimp.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. How was that? How did that happen?
So, and like, okay, I'm so glad that you touch about forgiveness. If I didn't forgive myself in what was happening in my life, I think I will be blocking the blessing that God has for me.
Wow.
Why I'm saying that, if I have the grudges towards Nigerians generally, I will be living in this box that all the Nigerians, they are bad. But now I come to realize, men, they are the good Nigerians. For me to come here in Nigeria and to see my pimp, although that I forgave him a long time ago, but now I have to see him and say, I forgive you. And then he say, forgive me.
Wow.
Yes.
And that
So
happened.
we are working together.
Wow.
We are working in the same organization. So it was that reconcilement. And it's a story that is so beautiful.
Yeah. It's one of the most beautiful stories.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And then I get to know even him was a victim.
How was he a victim? Did he ever share the story with you?
I don't want to go in details because it's his story. I think if maybe you can invite him over, I think that will be a beautiful story to hear from him.
I will try.
Yeah.
I will try. Nopinki, thank you so much for availing yourself,
You
for
are
giving us
welcome.
this wonderful opportunity to sit down and have this deep, personal conversation.
You are so welcome.
Thank you for watching The Yellow Mic. My name is Kongs Shamaki. I'd like to invite you to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Also like this video and share it to your friends and let me know what you think in the comment section.